Dvaitam path is the path of Yoga, and Advaitam is the path of Bodh. Bodh is knowing. Yeah, the path of knowingness is Advaitam path. And Dvaitam path is Yoga. Duality is Yoga. What is Yoga? To unite. To unite. To unite is a verb. Means one needs to unite with the other. Means two. Dvaitam. Two. Yoga. Yeah, that's where yoga sana has come up from. Yoga. You get it? Yeah. So simply just by the root words, bodh and yog. Yog comes from yuj. Yog is the path of doing. I am doing. And bodh is the path of knowing or simply seeing. Simply seeing. Yog says, first you do, then you will see. You do asana, you do pranayama, you do pratyahara, you do yama, niyama, etc., etc., etc. You know all that. Mantra, japa, breath, prayer, chanting, rite, ritual. You do. First you do, then you will see, is what Yoga says. What does Bodh says? No. First you see, and you will know that there is no doer. There's no question of doing. Do you see how opposite they are? This is the hardest pill to swallow, no? If you have spent 30, 40, 50, 60 years in doing. Yeah, there's so many things you have done. I did that anushthan, this kriya, this dharmic sanskar, this yagya, this puja, this, that. So many rites and rituals we have from birth all through life and death. A zillion festivals in a year. Everything is associated with doing and pleasing the God. Once the God gets pleased, He'll give me this. That doing, asking, receiving, I have to do. Yeah, so spirituality got narrowed down to business with God. Honestly. Second difference, all anushthan, all rites, rituals, methodologies that I'm doing, everything that falls under chanting, praying, structure, Guru, God, all that, all anushthan, one word for all of this. All anushthan falls under yoga. Why?
Yoga is pranayama.
Yeah, why? Yoga is the path of doing. Doing happens where? Only in this waking world. Yeah? So yoga is restricted only to the waking. It is restricted to the waking state. Can the witness do puja? Can the witness do mantra? Can the witness chant? No. Yeah? So at that level, none of these anushthanas are possible. Anushthan is restricted to the waking world, to the waking state. Thus, anushthan is limited. Yeah? Thus, yoga is limited. What about bodha? It is unlimited. Yoga says the drop must unite with the ocean. An action. Yeah? The drop must merge with the ocean, unite with the ocean, says yoga. What does Bodh say? No, the drop is the ocean. The drop has to just look within and recognize, oh, I am H2O. That's it. It is the ocean. It doesn't have to do to become the ocean. I gave you that example, no? The guide is pointing out to the moon. Yeah? What is your job? To just look at the moon and see it. Yeah, what happens on the path of yoga? You hold on to the finger. Oh, Ekta, you took me there. Oh, Ekta, you showed me the moon. You gave me the glimpse of the... And there, you're stuck at Ekta. No, Ekta, sing there. No, I'm stuck at Ekta. Ekta, sing there. No, I'm stuck at Ekta. This is what is happening on the path of yoga, on the path of Dvaitam. Yes? That is why gurus like Ramana Maharshi, Nisargadatta Maharaj said what? I am not your guru. Your guru is within. There is only the inner guru. I am not your guru. The moment they cut that off, the duality is dropped between I and you. The moment they cut duality off, there is no room left for spiritual attachment. They say, look at the moon, you look at the moon. There is no attachment here. There is no holding onto the finger here. You see? That is why it is the responsibility of the teacher to ensure the seeker does not get attached to me. That is the true teacher. Nisargadatta Maharaj did not care about publicity. Very beautiful words in that documentary. In Marathi they are, but my Marathi, is very bad, so I'll translate into English. That which needs publicity is not the truth. That which is the truth can stand alone. Yeah? He said this in an answer when people said that, don't you want publicity? Don't you want more people to come? Yeah, I don't need all that. You get it, that's sufficient. Maharaj was not interested that there should be a book in my name. Truth can stand alone. It does not need publicity. He was not into a following. He wanted whoever came, that person is thirsty. Can I help him feel a little satiated? That's all. That is the true GPS, the true teacher. That's what Ramana did. Ramana said, I am not your guru. You've seen the book? You've attended a few sessions? I am that sessions. You've seen how again and again he reminds the questioner, your guru is within. Look within. Again and again he tells you, look within. Did you find your guru in these 10 days? Were you silent enough to find that quiet voice that gave you answers every now and then? That's it. That is what inner seeing does. It helps me find my true guru. If you found your true guru, you're very lucky, fortunate, you're blessed. That is the true blessing. There is no external blessing. Yeah, means you did the right thing. You didn't hold on to the finger of the guide, you looked at the moon. Yeah, moon means you looked with it. So, on the path of yoga, why do I get stuck? Because I hold on to that finger and I don't look at the moon. On the path of Bodh, directly the moon is visible because there is no room left by the teacher for spiritual attachment to happen. Do you get this? That's the difference between yoga and Bodh. Yoga says you quieten the mind first. Then you will see the truth. That is what you were doing, no? With the breath, you were trying to quieten the mind. With the mantra repetition, you were trying to quieten the mind. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Oh, you thoughts, go away. Pushing them away, suppressing, fighting with the thoughts. You were going on and on, punching the thoughts. Do you remember your Dvaitam path? Yeah, so yoga says, you quieten the mind, then you will see the truth. What does both say? You see the truth, the mind will quieten itself. Both says you see the truth, the mind will quieten itself. Oh, why did I waste years doing all that yama, niyama, pratyahara? Why? Why did I do all that? Yeah, that time, that is all the spiritual maturity was. That's okay. Just because a child knows only ABCD does not mean you say, okay, now you abandon school. That's all. You're helpless. You can never come to higher mathematics. You will never get physics. Forget about it. No. You wait for the child to mature and you let the child mature at his speed. Like that, only spiritual maturity is. It happens at its own speed. Yeah? So when you're maturing, what to teach you? What you're so used to in the world, structure, methodology. Yeah. Okay, purify yourself. Do good things. Okay, take a vow. I will not lie. I will not cheat. I will not hurt. You take that vow. As a child, it seems special. I'm doing something very special. Good. Do it. It's okay if this happened. It's okay if you went through the Dvaitam path. You took on a mantra, took on a chant. You did that. But 108 times reciting, I am Brahman, 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 I am Brahman. Did I become Brahman? Is there a way to become Brahman? No, but your level is there, no? What else to do? Wait for you to mature. A time comes when you say, no, Ekta, this doesn't work, honestly. I dropped this. This doesn't work. This also doesn't work. This doesn't work. Then Ekta says, you're ready? Now I give you Advaita Vedanta. Now drop Anushtan. Very clear? Very, very clear. Yeah. So I don't call it a waste. Part of the growing story. Part of growth. Happened, happened. Didn't happen, that's also fine. Not a prerequisite. Not mandatory.
Didn't happen means what?
She never did any of this in her life. Didn't happen for her. I saw somebody in some meditation camp holding this healing stone and doing something, and I'm like, really? Okay. Looks pretty. It just looks like a jewel to me, but that's it. Yeah. But it was special for the person. It was special. Yeah. For the kid, the doll is special. So you wait. You wait. One day the kid will say, Mommy, I'm not interested in this doll anymore. Then you know the kid is ready. Are you ready? Yes? Pakka? See, huh? If you're not ready, go play for some more time. I'm here. Go play. I'll wait for you. You can come back. Yeah? Give that seat to somebody who's ready. Yes. So now one more very important difference. Yoga says you have to push away impurities. Remove impurities, then you will see the truth. It's like trying to push away darkness. When I push away darkness, then I'll make room for light. Is it possible? Can I push away darkness? No, I can never push away darkness. Employ an army, push away darkness. Will they be able to push away darkness? No. Bodh says very simple, just light the lamp. Darkness will go. You do not have to get over impurities. You just see that you are untouched. You cannot be impure. Yeah, this is what I mean by recognizing the fine line between knowing and doing. I am not doing. I am simply knowing action. This is the meaning of being pure. I am pure. I don't have to become pure. I have to see that there is simply this glass wall between the subtle thought and the gross projection. The gross projection does, the subtle thought thinks it does. That's it.
Oh, that was very good. Thank you.
Similar lines, gross projection feels, subtle thought thinks it feels.
One who establishes an ultimate reality.
Sees this truth all the time, 24/7.
See the truth that
There is no doing. There is no doing happening.
subtle thought is rejected.
Not reject. Nothing is rejected. Nothing is embraced. What is not a thought. Simply knowledge. There's a difference between seeing it as a thought and difference between seeing it as knowledge. There's a difference between seeing it as just me versus the other. Thought is the other, me is knowledge.
Knowledge of thought, knowledge of action.
But action is...
Action itself is a knowledge.
Yes, super. Very good. 10 on 10. Action is knowledge.
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. Action is knowledge. Thought is knowledge. Feeling is knowledge. Sensation is knowledge. Sight is knowledge. Smell is knowledge. Touch, taste, smell, sound. All is knowledge. There is only knowledge.
Thought is only knowledge. So knowledge is everything.
Yes. All is knowledge. There is no all finally. There is only knowledge. On the beautiful painting of knowledge, I went and put labels. Thought, feeling, action, sensation, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. I put labels onto an abstract painting of knowledge. It's just knowledge. Just see it as knowledge. Just knowledge. Seeing it as knowledge is bodha. That is the meaning of just light the lamp. Just see it as knowledge. You don't have to try to push any impurities away. You don't have to do something to get somewhere. Very clear? Yeah? So now how am I going to see this? How am I going to experiment on myself? Can I recognize the difference between yoga and bodha? When I get into, oh, I have to do, I have to get enlightened, I have to get there. What am I doing actually? I'm running in subtle thought. I'm running behind enlightenment. Do you see that? Do I achieve it by running? No. You achieve it by stopping, by halting. Do you get it? In another way, in Saint Kabir would say, भागने से नहीं मिलता, रुकने से मिलता है. By running behind it, you don't get it. By stopping, you get it. When I'm feverish for a methodology, I'm running behind it. I'm feverishly running behind a rite, ritual, chant, prayer, mantra, something. Then I am running, feverish. Just be. Don't run. Stop. Just stop. By stopping, you will see the truth. Yeah, and what will I see? From the darkness of deep sleep, the I arises. For some time, it's standing alone. It has stopped. There is no doing in that moment. That is the pure witnessing. When it has stopped. Yes? But if it slips, what is a slip? It projects a thought. A subtle thought. The thought is, I want to do. A thought, subtle thought. That subtle thought, I want to do, projects a body-mind. The perception of a person arises and disappears with this I. It holds on to that perception. It disappears, but the thirst, I want to do, is still there, right? So, it perceives the action of this body. It says, I am doing. So first asmita happened, then karta happened. Yeah, just because of the craving, I want to do. Yes, the karta happened, I am doing. Yeah, I recognize this, moment to moment I recognize this. Yes, and then I go back. Not in doing, in stopping. This is stopping. Just being the witness is stopping. Again, another tanha will arise. Tanha is the craving. The craving to experience arises. What does I do? I projects again the subtle thought of experiencing, which is this body mind with senses to experience. It perceives the projection of a body mind with senses. The perception appears and disappears. Next, the perception appears of the body mind experiencing something, pleasant or unpleasant. It assumes I am that. That perception appears and disappears back into nothingness. But the lust is there. I want to experience. So it tries to hold on to that experience, thinking that I am experiencing. I am experiencing. Yeah? You're not experiencing, you're behind the glass wall. Yes, in this action, you feel you're experiencing touch. You're not experiencing, you're behind the glass wall. That's why you hug tighter, tighter. You're not experiencing. You move your hand. I want to touch. I want to experience. And you don't experience. You're behind the glass wall. Yes? Oh, it doesn't happen by doing. I forgot. Can I just be? Stop doing. Do you get this? Yes? भागने से नहीं मिलता, दौड़ने से नहीं मिलता, रुकने से मिलता है. You don't get it by running behind the craving. You get it by just stopping, halting. Just being, in short. Just being. Whatever is this is past projection. Those seeds are sprouting. I'm just watching them sprout. Good. Pleasant sprout, unpleasant sprout. Good. Got nothing to do with me. Very nice movie. Good. Clap. Done. Just knowing, just knowing, just being, just being, just being. I can do it. Yes, that conviction. I have a glimpse means I can do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have that glimpse. And the glimpse has gotten stronger in these 9 days. Yeah, it's become very loud and clear in my face. I've seen it. Yeah, I have managed to dissolve the lies and the story around it and just be. I can do it. If I can be, I've got that glimpse, an extended amount of glimpse. Yeah, not just a tiny glimpse. Extended. Now I don't even have to call it a glimpse anymore. I've had a proper taste of it. Just be. Now just be. Just be. Have the courage to call out the lies. This is lies. This is false. This is false. I'm not jumping into the false. No more doing. Simply being. This is the meaning of withdrawing from Anushthan methodology. Very clear? Very, very clear? How will Nishtha happen? How will conviction happen? Is it something I can cultivate, build, nurture? No, I can only see. My seeing gives me conviction. Nothing else can give me conviction. By doing, self-conviction cannot be cultivated. Simply by seeing. You see, done. Yeah, this is the fast path, express path, direct path. Simply see. With a lot of difficulty comes the strength to stand alone on the spiritual path. You barely learn to stand up like a baby learns to stand up first time on his feet. Yeah, the baby needs to be protected and encouraged to keep walking. Now you don't again hold on to a crutch. If you hold on to a crutch at that stage, it's so hard to teach you to let go of the crutch and now start walking on your own. Very hard. Don't do that mistake. When you first time drop Dvaitam and you stand up on your own feet, it's like recognizing the witness and learning to let the witness stand alone. Stand alone. No crutches, not even Ekta. No. Ekta is not helping me. Ekta is my projection. She's telling me what I wanted to hear. I just needed validation, reassurance. That's what I'm getting. She's showing me the path inward. Look inwards. Don't hold on to the finger. Look at the moon. Yeah, stand alone. Stand alone. That is what I mean by being spiritually independent. No crutches. No crutches. Stand alone. No addiction. No addiction. No addiction. I have this tendency of getting addicted. I get addicted to coffee, to tea, to people, to sweet. Oh, now I get addicted to spiritual teachers. You're holding on here, Vasanatmik hands, and now you've jumped onto the spiritual candy. I have to stand by myself on my own spine, spiritually independent. Is this very clear? Yeah, you're feeling a little foggy, you're feeling scared. Come, we can do a one-on-one. We can talk. You'll become clear again that yes, I see. Now I can stand again. Yeah, but don't become dependent. Very, very clear what I'm saying? That is the path of both. Making me spiritually independent. Path of yoga makes me dependent on that mantra, on that technique, on that voice, on that external guru, on that external idol, on that object, on the prayer, on the book, whatever it is. Yeah, Bodh says no. I'm not saying shun all this. Bodh says no, not shun. Just don't get attached. Test yourself. Am I getting attached? Yes, to test, I have to go there. I have to taste. And yet not get attached. Be in the world, yet be away from the world. It's very easy to run away to the Himalayas and sit. By going and sitting on the Himalayas, by removing yourself from the attachments, does not mean you have overcome attachments. Path of yoga is suppress, renounce, give up all your clothes. Yeah? Don't look pretty. Wear the saffron robe, wear the white robe. Yeah? No intimate relationships with anybody. Your wife is your sister, your husband is your brother. There's so many paths of yoga, right? Yeah. You only chant this. You have to be loyal only to one God. Other gods are not going to take you to heaven. Only this one God is going to take you to heaven. So many things, no? So much bondage, 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 bondage. Bondage is only going to suppress you. Suppression does not mean dispassion. Is this very clear? Yeah? If I am still thinking and craving for pani puri, and I say, 5 years I didn't have pani puri. But inside, yummy pani puri. I love pani puri. Means what? Means I had suppressed it, not overcome it. I have not become dispassionate to it. Do you understand the meaning of being dispassionate now? Dispassionate means even now you put pani puri, it doesn't matter to me. That is dispassion. How did that come? By seeing that I cannot eat it. It is my projection. I cannot taste it. My projection, my subtle thought has grossified. Maybe the subtle thought was long back. Its sprout of grossification was today. But in the interim, this passion happened. I saw the truth. By seeing, this passion happens, not by suppressing. Is this clear? So, path of yoga is suppress, suppress, suppress. Path of yoga says you suppress, you will see the truth. Bodh says, no, you see the truth. You'll automatically become dispassionate. You don't have to suppress. If you cannot recognize it without doing it, then go do it. Yeah? Go do it. Go sit. Do your mantra, your japa, your rites, your rituals. Pray to that idol. Do all anushthan possible. Do it. Do it with that awareness. I did it with awareness and found out it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, with awareness, not being blinded. With this awareness, go back and you do your anushthan. With that recognition, I, the witness, cannot even do this prayer that this body mind is praying. This hymn that I'm singing. Am I being authentic? Yeah. How long can I continue this fake? Let's see. Continue. Push it till the end. Till the end where you're like totally frustrated. I give up. I cannot be fake anymore. Be done with it. Yes? When you get done, then there is that peace that there is no more going back. I know it is limited only to the waking state and I am beyond. I run this waking state. I command it. I project it. I am the source. Nothing that you can give me can be more powerful than this power that I run this. Do you see this? Why Ramana, why Nisargadatta Maharaj shunned money, shunned riches, shunned publicity, shunned name and fame? Because they saw this. I am the master of this waking state in which your name, fame, money is just petty. I see this. I've not memorized it. I've not intellectualized it. I see it. What can your dust like money do for me? Keep it in your pocket. Play with your toys. Very, very clear what Bodh does to you? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to be the master? The master of the waking state, the master of the dream state, the master of the deep sleep state. I am beyond. I am the fourth Turiya. Yeah, so when I see that I am the witness of the waking, I am the witness of the dream, I am the witness of the deep sleep, I get a glimpse. I am the fourth. Yeah, so for you to check, has my Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana given me a glimpse that I am Turiya? You check. This is an honest self-evaluation. You do it for yourself. And only Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana can do it. Nothing else. There is no other path. Impossible. Huh?
And I'm witness of all these.
Yeah. How can you do it with only waking state, intellectual path that only discusses knowledge? Can you? No. It has to be a self-inquiry, a self-exploration, that which is done in the waking and in the dream. And recognize that deep sleep is nothing but me. Yeah? That is just the absence of this activity and this activity. Absence of this projection and this projection is the deep sleep. Wow. I am the fourth. This recognition is Turiya.